602 Row Show. We whiffed. I whiffed. Man, Chock had himself an episode. We will get to that. Week 4, Golden Bachelorette show continues to impress at least me. Twitter seems enthused as well. It's been entertaining TV. Apparently, we're on to the 90-minute episodes we were always supposed to have. Originally, they had told us that we were going to have 90-minute episodes. The first 3 were all 2 hours long, and then this one got going in a hurry, hit that rose ceremony. I looked down, and it's only at the 30-minute mark of the hour. So maybe we're on 90-minute episodes now. Unclear. Gonna have to check into the TV guide and figure that one out. But interesting episode. Perfect lineup first. Let's talk about that. 152 points. Man, Chock with a 60 burger. Put it up. Obviously, if you didn't have Chock, we did talk about it. I did talk about it on the Rose Show, on the picks episode. We knew he wasn't going anywhere. The question was he kind of come back same episode? He did. And then he kissed her 16 times. Cried, sobbed, he did it all. What a man. I missed. I am less than pleased about that. Chock, Guy and Jordan were going on one dates. Good slots there. Keith and Mark, who we also talked about. My lineup won't look this good. Yikes. I'm going to have to go in the other way because I won't be able to find it because of how poorly I scored. 104. Yeah, man. Pascal at 17. Oh, man, Chock. Should have had Chock. But let's roll it back to the beginning. This is obviously the strip date. They've been doing this with the guys for a while. Weird. A little weird with the old people, but they got really into it. Twitter, you Golden Bachelorette people on Twitter are a thirsty bunch. Twitter was full of very inappropriate references to these old guys and things that people want to do to their faces with their body parts. Yeah, I thought it was funny. They all got into it, which is intriguing. Appreciate the effort. There doesn't seem to be like that undercurrent of not wanting to do the show that we get from the younger contestants. The old guys are there to have fun and see what happens, and it really shows through, I think, in the segments, and they really seem to enjoy themselves. The Mark edit continues to be strange. I think if you're not going to just lock him in as the next Bachelor, none of the edit makes sense. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on there between the two of them, but it's happening. The whole Chock edit felt like it was going to happen no matter what. As soon as we saw the edit he was getting to set up him leaving, I knew I was on the wrong side of this episode. There was never any doubt of what was going to happen there. You see my lineup on the screen. Chock scored 67 points all by himself. The age and death thing is a little more real than this show is used to doing. There's a chance that somebody like dies during filming on one of these if they keep this going, and that would be tough. I think from a production standpoint to approach, it's going to be tough to portray in a meaningful way on the show. So just stick that in your back pocket. That's something that could happen at some point here. But on a lighter tone, I don't hate the private ice skating date. Having like a hot chocolate in the couch, and obviously inviting a guy who can't skate. That is peak Bachelor producers. They asked all the guys who could ice skate. They had one guy who couldn't, and they sent him on an ice skating date. That's hilarious. But I don't hate the idea of a private skating date. And then obviously Ario Speedwagon shows up. my dad's favorite band. So I know all the music. I thought that was a cool one. I do like that they're leaning into, I guess I'll call it like period music, like music that matches the age of the contestants. Um, Although I guess I'm just old. Maybe that's what they're doing on Bachelorette too. And just I'm just a senior millennial, so I don't know these young bands, these young hip bands. But I do like that they're matching kind of what's expected. Um, and I mean, if you're these older guys and you're doing it for the experience, it'd be cool to see like your favorite band. So I appreciate that. I like that. Guy's date was kind of weird. I don't think it's that strange that he can't cook or work around the kitchen. He's an ER doctor and he's an older guy. I really don't think it's that weird that he can't cook. Twitter was on the other side of that argument. But just his date in general, it's not necessarily low rent. It's not like a low cost date for the sake of being low cost. I'm sure it did save them some money, but it just didn't feel like a impactful date. So we'll see where that plays out with Guy. I guess like getting a one-on-one where you don't have to go anywhere and you just like spend all that time with her in her space is a meaningful date, but it felt out of place even with like a date in an ice rink. So that's kind of the recap. Chalk obviously comes back and kisses her like 9 times on the steps and just put up numbers. Dude just put up numbers. He had the most points of the week, and I mean he got docked for leaving. What was his ownership? He was 50% owned, 53 point. Oh man, I'm upset. I am upset. Everyone finally moved off of Gill for the most part, 1-5. He was priced nice, but if you watch Rose Show, you knew not to pick him. Man, that hurts. That really hurts that so many people had him. I thought, yeah, look at the kisses now for the season. Chock with 18 total kisses. He got 16 kisses in this episode. That's numbers. That's not, oh man. That probably cost me the season. I'm sorry if you weren't on Chock. You probably just cost yourself the season. He scored 65% of the points of my lineup. Ouch. A couple sneaky I love yous as the guys are leaving. I know that's not like the intention, but they say the words. So we score those points. Charles L. and Gary both. She's told them both that she loved them. Oh, Gil is gone. Yeah, Gil is gone. So that's there. The rest of this season is going to be really interesting. Chalk obviously is to the top of the leaderboard for average, which is going to influence his pricing. I guess we could check. I have to see my gross lineup again first. We'll check some pricing real quick here. Pick 4 for week 5. So you can get pretty close. You could go Chalk. Let me shift this over to my other screen here so I can just do this really quick. Can you go tops? You can't. You can get the top. Nah, you can't pick the top 3. No spoilers on this show. Check out Rose Show. We have kind of an idea already for how this is going to flow. But obviously you have a whole week. Rose Show will be out Sunday or Monday, depending on how NFL weekend goes. There's a London game this weekend. So 32 for Chalk, 29 for Pascal. So depending on who ends up with the one-on-one dates, you can kind of fit in what you want. I'm a little worried that Keith is at the end of his rope here. So that eliminates one option on the bottom at 18 roses there. But Mark potentially in play at 19. So more to come there. Check Rose Show, obviously. But I'm enjoying the season. I'm enjoying the episodes. It's going to be interesting to see if this accelerates here. We were assuming 10 weeks at 90 minutes a pop. So obviously we're on track as rose ceremony to rose ceremony. We just had our 4th rose ceremony. So no escalation in timeline there. I really want to see this men tell all. This might be the first men tell all that I actually like settle in and enjoy. I hope they don't ruin it by making me score stuff during the men tell all by mixing in some horrific date in the middle of nowhere or something dumb I have to worry about. But I am excited for the men tell all. These guys really like each other. You see it at the end of the episode, they all come out and hug each other and they talk about the bonds. And we hear it from Bachelorette contestants. Oh, it's a brotherhood. And all they do is hang out with each other. It's like the most incestuous reality TV existence that there is. And they all hang out. And I mean, I have to imagine you live with these guys for multiple weeks and you spend most of your time with them, not on dates. So I won't discard it offhand, but it actually feels real from the old guys. If you told me these guys all started like a bridge club and got together, I'd totally buy it. The Instagram and TikToks from these old dudes are gonna be insane. Bachelor Nation is gonna eat it up. I think Golden Bachelor, Golden Bachelorette, barring that situation I was talking about on top of the show, I think it's gonna be around for a while. I think it's hitting engagement in a different way than Bachelor Nation is used to. Yes, viewership's down, engagement is down, but more and more people are watching not live. More and more people are watching on Hulu or DVR'd after the fact. So just because the engagements are down night of doesn't mean that the impact isn't there. And you best believe that Disney's following all that. So I think as long as they're seeing the returns that are acceptable for this, they're already renting the mansion. They're not traveling a whole lot. The overhead for this can't be insane as long as Bachelor exists. So I think you just keep doing this and you hit a different demo. But it's fun. I'm having fun. I'm actually enjoying it. I actually have gone back and watched an episode, which I never do. So yeah, I hope it continues, and I hope that the tone of it continues. It seems to be a direct response to some of the concerns from the community about like how shitty it looks when all these guys have these horrific things come out about them, and then the show ends like Bachelorette ended, where it's like a horrific breakup, and then they have to talk about it because that's what people want to hear about. So yeah, give me the lighter hearted stuff, even with the aging parents and the dead spouses, and it still feels to me like more fun. Will never replace the true live scored fantasy Bachelorette games, but this is fun. And other than not having started Chock and submarining my season, another great episode tonight. So thanks for joining me here. Will not promise live shows every week. It kind of depends on how I feel, how the episode goes, but guarantee you that Rose Show will publish every single week. Look for that Sunday or Monday, and we'll have either a 90-minute or 2-hour episode to watch on Wednesday. Like and subscribe, please, please, please. Likes and comments mean more than views, but thank you for watching. I am at King of Lakemore everywhere, and I love to talk about this stuff during the week, whether it's social or game theory or sports. Hit me up on socials. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on 602 Rose Show for the Week 5 pick show. And again, look for that Sunday or Monday. Have a good one, guys.